Welcome to AdaptiveGRC. In this video, we'll give you a brief overview of enterprise risk management in AdaptiveGRC. In this module, you can see an example of risk management workflow. It can be fully configured and tailored to the methodology used in your organization. We see the typical stages of the risk management process, from identification through inherent risk analysis, risk treatment, and residual risk analysis. In this section, we can also display KPIs related to a given risk. Additionally, we can see how many risks we have at each level, from very high and high through medium down to low risk. The system sends notifications, which are also visible on the main dashboard. Now let's move to the risk register. The risk register provides detailed information for each risk, including its ID, risk owner, title, and type. There are also dictionary-based lists that can be configured already at the implementation stage. Risks are assigned to specific processes. These processes are managed in the Organization Manager module. You can filter the view by a selected process to see all risks associated with it. Next, we also display the inherent risk level, the chosen risk treatment approach, and the calculated residual risk level. This view can be customized by adding additional columns, for example, probability, so we can better understand the sources of the risk. The risk matrix is configured as a 5x5 matrix. For individual risks, we can also view linked mitigants. After expanding the section, we can see that the risk is related to a phishing attack, along with associated mitigating controls and related actions. These elements have their own statuses and workflows, and dependencies between records can also be defined within the system. Let's move to the detailed view of a single risk record. In addition to the information already visible in the risk register, we also have additional details, including links to business units. We can track how the risk has changed between quarters, review information risk categories, and see the impact of a given risk on these areas. These lists are also configurable. When it comes to risk information, we get a complete overview of both residual and inherent risk levels. In this example, we can see that the residual risk has been reduced from 15 to 12. As you can see, individual risk categories can be adjusted as well. For example, if we determine that mitigation actions have sufficiently reduced the impact or improved compliance, the final risk rating will be updated accordingly. In the remaining tabs, we again see elements that were visible in the list view, such as assigned controls and actions. Additionally, the system allows you to link risks and define relationships with other elements. For example, here we can see that this risk is related to two system applications. Further tabs provide even more detailed information. Here, you can review the history of risk status changes and see who edited the record. You can also configure additional elements in the Additional Risk Information tab. In this example, we show how risk manageability is assessed. We can, for instance, change the level of risk understanding, and the system will recalculate the score based on three elements: estimated lead time to resolve, proximity, and level of understanding. The system also includes tooltips that guide users and explain individual fields. Moving to the controls view, we can see all the controls used to mitigate risks. From this level, we can also check which risks a given control addresses and the origin of those risks. For example, in this case, a vendor assessment was performed, a risk was identified, and an appropriate control was assigned. In this view, we can also review all actions related to risks. We see assigned owners, mitigation types, corrective and preventive actions, and action titles and descriptions. These actions follow defined workflows, including escalation paths, for example, when risks are not closed on time. Risk reporting is apparent and intuitive thanks to heat maps. The heat map shows the number of risks with a given impact and likelihood across different areas. The heat map is configured symmetrically by default, but it can also be defined asymmetrically. Its size is configurable as well. It can be set to 5x5, 4x4, or another format. In this view, we can also preview risk details by hovering over a risk. All relevant information is displayed. The system enables quick access to key information through intuitive dashboards and allows for easy report generation. These features are discussed and demonstrated in the following video. You can learn more about our risk management solution and other available modules on our website, www.adaptivegrc.com.